Hi girls and guys, it's Mr. Tracky and we're on the right track. So it's been announced today on your startup screen on Fortnite that there is an item that is coming soon. More than likely it will be with us next week, Tuesday or Thursday in the weekly updates. Now this is called the PortAFortress and you'll see an image like this. It's a legendary piece of equipment, so obviously more than likely it will be very rare. However, it's still going to have its effect on the playstyle of the game. Now I originally done a video about the PortAFort. I called it How to Ruin Fortnite in One Update, and that video gained a lot of traction very quickly. And a lot of people were of the same belief as me that building should be something that you learn in Fortnite and not something that should be just given to you willy-nilly by throwing something down on the floor. Now it did turn out that the PortAFort in real effect to any accomplished player was something that you could defeat quite easily and take over from a player quite easily, but it did still have its annoying effect on the game, and still does have its annoying effect on the game, especially since they buffed metal. The PortAFortress is something that has really got me concerned, and it's basically almost a 4-level fortress. I believe it is actually a 4-level fortress. When you walk in the door, there are custom traps that are already set for you. There's a launch pad in the middle that will take you up above. For anyone that does want to see what this looks like, I have got some footage, but I'm not actually going to put it in the video because I don't know whether Epic will try and strike the video as it's not been released yet. So if you go down in the description, I will leave a link so you can actually physically see this for yourself with your own eyes. But believe me guys, it is a fortress. Funnily enough, I'm on a PortAFort right now. It is a fortress that is going to be quite difficult for even the most accomplished player to try and take over. There are about 4 traps on the bottom level, 4 traps on the middle level. It's got windows. It's just the perfect place for somebody to camp and more camp. And again, it takes away that all-important skill level from the actual game. Now my issue with this game is it took me so long. I started in season 2. It's taken me so long to get half decent. I don't think I'm a great player at all. I think I can hold my own basically, and it's taken me a long time to adapt and learn how to build and what situations I should build to protect myself, what situations I should build to be progressively aggressive against somebody and outdo them when they're on higher ground. It's been a massive learning curve. I've never played a game with such a big learning curve, which makes me laugh because a lot of people always point out Fortnite's cartoony graphics, but once you look over that and you just eradicate that from your mind, this is a very skillful game to play. Now I don't really understand why Epic Games is pandering to the newer players so much, because in reality all these kids that are playing this game, all these adults that are coming over to this game, they watch people like Daquan, who's one of my favourite Fortnite players, Nick Mercs, Ninja, Myth, and these people want to emulate those players. They want to play like those players. So there's no reason for Epic Games to be including crutches in the game that nullify the very thing that makes Fortnite what it is. This game is so unique because of its building mechanics, and when you start introducing something that takes that away, you start to lose traction on the very thing that made you what you are. I understand that they've probably thought to themselves, this is a legendary item, not that many people are going to get it. But there's two sides of this coin here, because you may have somebody who's very effective in terms of gun skill in the game but can't build that great, so they are gonna basically abuse this PortAFortress more than your newbie player, your potato players as I like to refer to them. I don't think it's a good addition to the game. I think personally it's a very bad addition to the game. When the missile launcher was released, it was something I criticised highly, and that was voted swiftly, and something tells me that this might get voted quite swiftly as well. I don't think the community's gonna like the PortAFortress at all. I think it's just something that doesn't belong in this game. Stop catering to people who can't be bothered to learn how to build. And it's so frustrating for anyone, if you're listening right now, who's played this game for several seasons now and tried their absolute best to learn the meta. Now I understand they're trying to keep the game fresh and reinvent the wheel as such by bringing in new things that people never seen before. They did it with the SMGs, they changed the total meta, but the reality is the majority of people would like shotguns to come back to where there was, or close to a point. Season 6 is fast upon us and we want to know what the meta is going to be, but the PortAFortress is just, in my personal opinion, it's an absolute terrible addition to Fortnite Battle Royale. Just a bit more specifics if you didn't know, it's made out of metal again. It has 2 sets of balconies from what I've saw, so you can be at mid-level or you can be at the higher level. It's also got a launch pad which shoots you up into the top half, but you can use that launch pad to literally jump down when you're getting shot at and you're in trouble, hit the launch pad and bounce out of it and disappear. So it's a one-stop shop for somebody who doesn't know what they're doing on the game apart from aiming and shooting a gun. The fact that metal has been buffed, as I said earlier, makes this, it's going to be difficult to get it down, and trying to run in and chase down your opponents, there's traps everywhere. So I'm trying my best to think how this would be countered, and obviously building a ramp up and going for that person is going to be the obvious, but you should all know by now higher ground is the dominant position in Fortnite Battle Royale, so they've given all of this to whoever is lucky enough to find this. And the fact that it's legendary, again, it does mean that it'll be quite rare, but in the latter circle, if somebody saves this for the last few circles, then it's going to be quite a problem. Now I know they've introduced this new type of storm, which when your building is touched by it destroys it, which I think is a great addition to the game, because this stops people from camping in one by ones at the latter part of the rounds. To go and do this is almost a contradiction of your intention, Epic. So a message from me is I think it's a really bad idea. I think you should vote it before you even release it. Guys, let me know down in the comment section, how do you feel about this? Definitely check out the link down below, and then come back to the video and tell me, Mr. Tracky, I've saw the video and this is what I think. Just let me know down in the comment section, would you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's a bad idea? Did you graph like me and learn how to build? Does it infuriate you that people are getting crutches in this game? Especially when there's such competition now with the likes of Blackout having the beta, and people may want to go and play that. There's been a lot of polls, whether I take them with a pinch of salt, because whether they're true or not, and Blackout outplaying Fortnite, I believe that's all just the honeymoon period personally, and this game will still be the dominant force. But just let me know whether you think this is a good addition to the game. I definitely don't, but I would appreciate to have that conversation with you guys and see exactly what you think. The gameplay in the background is a victory royale, so I'm going to leave you with that. But before I go, guys, there are many buttons you can hit, but the like and subscribe button, I hope they tickle your fancy. And as always, guys, don't forget to stay on the right track. Peace.